The provinces and territories of Canada are subnational divisions within the geographical areas of Canada under the jurisdiction of the Canadian Constitution. In the 1867 Canadian Confederation, 3 provinces of British North America, New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, and the Province of Canada, united to form a federation, becoming a fully independent country over the next century. Over its history, Canada's international borders have changed several times, and the country has grown from the original 4 provinces to the current 10 provinces and 3 territories. Together, the provinces and territories make up the world's second largest country by total area. The major difference between a Canadian province and a territory is that provinces receive their power and authority from the Constitution Act, 1867, whereas territorial governments are creatures of statute with powers delegated to them by the Parliament of Canada. The powers flowing from the Constitution Act are divided between the Government of Canada and the provincial governments to exercise exclusively. A change to the division of powers between the federal government and the provinces requires a constitutional amendment, whereas a similar change affecting the territories can be performed unilaterally by the Parliament of Canada or government. In modern Canadian constitutional theory, the provinces are considered to be co-sovereign within certain areas based on the divisions of responsibility between the provincial and federal government within the Constitution Act 1867. And each province thus has its own representative of the Canadian Crown, the Lieutenant Governor. The territories are not sovereign, but instead their authorities and responsibilities are devolved directly from the federal level, and as a result, have a commissioner that represents the federal government. Notes: there are 3 territories in Canada. Unlike the provinces, the territories of Canada have no inherent sovereignty and have only those powers delegated to them by the federal government. They include all of mainland Canada north of latitude 60 degrees north and west of Hudson Bay and all islands north of the Canadian mainland. The following table lists the territories in order of precedence. Another territory, the District of Kiverton, existed from October 7, 1876, until September 1, 1905, when it rejoined the Northwest Territories and became the Kiverton region. It was east of the Northwest Territories, occupying the area that is now the Kenora District of Ontario, northern Manitoba, and the eastern half of Nunavut. Government of Kiverton was based in Winnipeg, Manitoba. The territory did not have any representation in federal parliament. The majority of Canada's population is concentrated in the areas close to the Canada-US border. Its 4 largest provinces by area account for over a third of Canada's area and are home to 0.3% of its population, which skews the national population density value. Canada's population grew by 5.0% between the 2006 and 2011 censuses. Except for New Brunswick, all territories and provinces increased in population during this time. In terms of percent change, the fastest growing province or territory was Nunavut with an increase of 12.7% between 2011 and 2016, followed by Alberta with 11.6% growth, while New Brunswick's population decreased by 0.5%. Generally, Canadian provinces have steadily grown in population along with Canada. However, some provinces such as Saskatchewan, Prince Edward Island and Newfoundland and Labrador have experienced long periods of stagnation or population decline. Ontario and Quebec have always been the 2 biggest provinces in Canada, with together over 60% of the population at any given time. The population of the West relative to Canada as a whole has steadily grown over time, while that of Atlantic Canada has declined. Ontario, Quebec, New Brunswick, and Nova Scotia were the original provinces, formed when several British North American colonies federated on July 1, 1867, into the Dominion of Canada and by stages began accruing the indicia of sovereignty from the United Kingdom. Prior to this, Ontario and Quebec were united as the province of Canada. Over the following years, Manitoba were added as provinces. The British Crown had claimed 2 large areas northwest of the Canadian colony. known as Rupert's Land and the Northwestern Territory, and assigned them to the Hudson's Bay Company. In 1870, the company relinquished its claims for £300,000, assigning the vast territory to the Government of Canada. Subsequently, the area was reorganized into the province of Manitoba and the Northwest Territories. The Northwest Territories were vast at first, encompassing all of current northern and western Canada, except for the British holdings in the Arctic Islands and the colony of British Columbia. The territories also included the northern two-thirds of Ontario and Quebec, and almost all of present Manitoba, with the